kindness should not become a doorway for someone else's cruelty. Islam forbids oppression even if it comes from those you love. Islam teaches mercy, compassion, and patience, but these virtues are never meant to justify oppression. Many people tolerate harmful behavior from loved ones because they believe staying silent is piety. But in Islam, oppression is forbidden no matter who commits it, whether it comes from a stranger or from your own blood. Allah does not allow you to accept injustice. Your relationship with Him is more important than your fear of disappointing people who mistreat you. Sometimes the hardest oppression to recognize is the kind that comes from those closest to you. Family members may use love, culture, or status to justify their harm, expecting patience to cover their wrongdoing, but Allah sees every injustice. And He never commands you to remain silent when your heart and dignity are being crushed. A believer is patient, yes, but not at the cost of allowing harm to continue. When oppression comes from loved ones, it confuses the heart. You begin to question your worth, your intentions, even your sanity. But Islam brings clarity. Oppression is a sin, not a misunderstanding. A toxic behavior is wrong even if the person doing it is your parent, sibling, spouse, or relative. Your duty is to honor them, but honoring does not mean tolerating cruelty. You are allowed to step back, set limits, and protect your heart. Allah does not want you to carry wounds that others refuse to stop causing. He does not want your kindness to become a doorway for someone else's destructive behavior. Oppression from family can feel heavier because it comes wrapped in expectations. Respect me, obey me, don't speak up. But respect in Islam is never a blank check for someone to harm you. Respect must be mutual and boundaries must be honored. Too often, people weaponize religious teachings to silence the oppressed. They tell you patience means enduring mistreatment, forgiveness means accepting abuse, and family ties mean allowing emotional harm. But this is not Islam, this is misuse of religion. The Prophet ﷺ never told a believer to remain in harm's way. He stood against injustice even when it came from his own tribe, his own family, his own people. Oppression in any form, emotional, verbal, financial, or physical, is forbidden in Islam. You are not obligated to endure insults, manipulation, humiliation, or disrespect just because the person is related to you. Allah is more just than to command you to tolerate a pain that destroys your well-being. You can honor family with distance, with boundaries, with dignity. Staying silent in the face of injustice is not patience, it is self-harm. When oppression comes from loved ones, many people stay because they fear causing conflict or being judged. But protecting yourself is not a sin. Harming someone is. Allah will not question you for leaving a toxic environment. He may question you for enabling oppression by staying silent. Your heart is an amana from Allah, and you are responsible for safeguarding it even from your own family. Allah condemns oppression so strongly that He declared it forbidden upon Himself. If the Creator refuses to wrong His creation, how can He ask you to accept wrongdoing from others? Islam is a religion of justice, not blind obedience to harmful behavior. When someone hurts you intentionally, the wrong belongs to them, not to you. You are not guilty for setting limits, they are guilty for crossing them. Many families normalize toxic patterns because it has always been this way. But Islam did not come to preserve harmful traditions, it came to correct them. You are not commanded to keep repeating the cycles of pain your parents or grandparents endured. Islam gives you the right to break generational harm even if others don't understand. Allah knows your intention and He supports the oppressed, not the oppressor. The Prophet ﷺ said, help your brother whether he is the oppressor or the oppressed. How do you help the oppressor? By stopping them from committing oppression. This means that challenging harmful behavior is not disrespect, it is mercy. It helps the oppressor recognize their wrongdoing before they accumulate sin. You are not harming them by setting boundaries. You are helping them reform. When you tolerate oppression silently, you unintentionally allow it to grow. Just as injustice spreads in society when left unchallenged, it spreads in families when ignored. Your silence may protect temporary peace, but it destroys long-term well-being. Islam teaches balance, patience with kindness, but firmness with injustice. This balance protects your heart and preserves your dignity. The emotional injuries caused by family can be the deepest because you expect safety, not harm. but Allah sees every tear, every frustration, every moment you stayed silent to keep peace. He knows the battles you fought alone, the disrespect you endured quietly, the pain you swallowed to remain polite, and He promises justice either in this world or the next. Nothing you experience is overlooked by Him. If someone's behavior pushes you away from peace, from confidence, from self-worth, or from Allah, then distancing yourself is not disobedience, it is protection. Islam never required you to sacrifice your mental health for the comfort of others. You can love someone and still choose space. You can forgive someone and still refuse to accept repeated harm. This is not rebellion, it is wisdom. A believer stands against oppression because Allah Himself stands against it. Even within families, justice must prevail. The Prophet ﷺ corrected his loved ones gently but firmly when they were wrong. He never allowed emotional manipulation, harshness, or disrespect to be normalized. His example teaches us that true love involves accountability, not blind tolerance. Oppression from loved ones often lasts for years because victims hope things will change on their own. But Islam teaches that oppression ends when you take a stand with calmness, wisdom, and dignity. You are not asked to fight with anger, but you are asked to speak with truth. Oppressors thrive in silence, but their power weakens when boundaries are established. Setting boundaries is not un-Islamic. It is a form of self-respect and a form of protecting your heart, which is a trust from Allah. Boundaries teach others how to treat you and teach you how to protect your soul. The Prophet ﷺ set boundaries with people he loved deeply. You can too. Islam does not forbid distance, it forbids harm. When you stand up to oppression kindly and firmly, Allah places strength in your heart. You begin to see that you are not weak. You were just conditioned to accept what you should have rejected. You realize that your silence was not patience, it was fear. And once Allah strengthens you, you discover a courage you never knew you had. Allah promises relief to the oppressed.